Hello once again, and welcome back to Movie Deputy Reviews. I hope that you enjoyed yesterday's episode and are coming back for the second in this series as we are talking about How to Train Your Dragon 2 today. This one actually came out the same year I started Movie Deputy, and when I saw that there was going to be a sequel to the original How to Train Your Dragon, I was so excited. And I'm not going to leave you in the lurch. I'm actually going to just open up and let you know right away that this one really surpassed the mark, because this one's even better than the first one. Now, it's a lot more, you're a lot more emotionally invested. This one, you will cry. If you are at all of an emotional person in any way, shape, or form, this one will bring the tears, and so you need the tissues. This one did get a 7.25 out of 10 on the deputy scale. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, that's a quarter point higher than the first one. Yep, that it is. And that is because the depth of the story and where this really takes us and the expansion of the story to where we get to see not only how Toothless has grown, but we also get to see how Hiccup has matured as well. And then, of course, Astrid is going to be a big part of the story as well, and all the other young Vikings too. So I don't want to forget, they are all such big parts of this story in different ways, and you really kind of get to identify their different categories of where they fit in with society. You have got the jock, and you have got the nerd, and you have got the girly girl, and you've got the creepy guy, and you have the chick's chick type gal, just where I want to be a tough guy, but I also want to be popular type girl. And then, of course, we still have Hiccup here, who is still just as awkward as you can imagine. Now, I do want to share with you the original review that I had up on MovieDeputy.com. I just feel it's an important thing to share. And then, don't worry, we're going to talk about the movie a little bit more. And yes, this movie did have an innocent rating. All three of these How to Train Your Dragon movies do have an innocent rating. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer to find out about the live-action version. But trust me, it's going to be worth it. It's not often when a sequel reaches the expectations from where the original left off, much less surpassing that mark. This does that and more. We are welcomed back into Berk 5 years after the end of the first movie. Everyone has a pet dragon. Instead of making tools and weapons to fight with, they now make items to help them with the dragons. Perfect harmony, or so it seems. Our well-known character from the first movie, Hiccup, and his companion, Toothless, wander the seas looking to map out more of the world. What they find is something much more. A dragon army, led by a ruthless foe of Stoick. This quest leads to much more than that, though. It's a heartwarming reunion. The glee of that is short-lived, as we experience heartache soon after. Berk will be forever changed. We see a progression of friendships that grow and bloom, love that grows and is lost, and what loyalty really means. The story centers on some of the characters, but we don't see much of some of the other ones as we do in the first movie. Saying that this answers a lot of questions and leaves room for yet another sequel. If they do it as well as they did this, let's hope so. So as you can kind of see, this movie kind of goes a little bit above and beyond, because not only are we seeing the transformation of the human-dragon relationship, but we are also seeing a lot more development of the characters. Now, if you've seen the first movie, you know that Hiccup's mom is nowhere in the story whatsoever, because it is thought that she had died. And if you're at all familiar with these movies at all, that's not really a spoiler, the fact that they find her. And that's kind of the reunion part that I was talking about. And the thing is that they do manage to find her. And finding her is not just the simple thing of finding her. There's so much more that's going to happen with that part of the story. Now, the loss that I'm referring to, that I will not spoil, but a main character that you know in this story, something happens, and it almost seems like it's too much to get through. And when I saw this for the first time, to say that I needed a tissue is an understatement. I mean, I was sobbing, not just like a little sniffle, but I mean like full on sobbing. It was just almost too much. Not like too much where I wanted to leave the movie or anything like that, but I was just like, how could they take the story in that direction? What is that going to do to the story? What's that going to do for the Vikings? What's that going to do for the dragons? What's it going to do for Berk? I mean, you're going to wonder all of that and so much more. But along with this, they end up finding something a lot more, because they don't just find this foe of Stoics that has all these dragons. He hunts dragons, and he does really horrible things with them to create this dragon army. And there's just so much to what's going on here. And like we see the development of all of these characters and everything. And as I keep wanting to say Toothless, but it's Hiccup. As Hiccup is mapping out the world, he, like I was saying, it's like he finds much more than he was looking for. And what they find will truly change everything. Now, because of where they leave this, they really do leave this on a bit of a cliffhanger. They really kind of take this further than you'd think. And the fact that we did not know that there was going to be another movie, we are just left almost like going, you can't stop the story there. It's like when you are reading a book in a series and where you know there's the next book, so you know the story's going to continue. This kind of does that to you at the end, except you don't know that there's going to be another movie when they do this, because you're just left and you're gripping the edge of your seat and you're like, and you're waiting for a bonus scene, and you're waiting for all of this, and there's not one. And you're like, okay, you can't leave the story here. We need to know what happens. And thankfully, we do know that 5 years after this one, we would get another How to Train Your Dragon movie. I can't believe it took them that long to do it, but I mean, it's a lot of work doing it at the same time. Now, the development and the reasons why they took this one the way that they did makes sense in the next one. So if you watch this one, you've got to be prepared to sit down and just do a back-to-back with this one and the next movie. I think because of everything that this one takes you through, that you need to see that progression into the next story. I'm trying to think how to say what I want to say without giving away a big spoiler. But let's just say that they... Forgive this, just the dead silence. I'm not trying to do that to you. But like I always say, it's like I don't script any of these ahead of time. I didn't even script like the old review. I just kind of read that off the website. But yeah, this is just, let's just say that it answers a lot of the next movie will answer a lot of the questions that you have at the ending of this one, because at this one you were going to feel like a piece of your heart got ripped out, but the next movie will give it right back. So I hope that helps a little bit. I didn't mean to ramble on there for a moment, so bear with me. If you can handle my quirkiness and these interrogations for these movies, I hope that you, of course, hit the like and subscribe buttons and come back tomorrow for How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World.